Yo yo yo.
Can we play Banker next time? सब्सक्राइबर होते हुए 78 मेरा प्लेयर क्वालिटी HD में ही है।
दोपहर जहाँ से ब्रश के ला देंगे खा लेना।
ठीक है। बस और 100 करना बाकी रह गया। जल्दी 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 जल्दी
Water jet!
वहाँ सैटरडे की पोस्ट पे कॉइन भी कलेक्ट करना।
Illusion shattered.
Gather.
Let's light it up.
Water jet! Wipe out! This is order. Stabilize. Go!
करनी पड़ती
Go!
up! Off we go! I'm going in!
Bombs away!
There is no escape!
Stabilize! Solidify!
Everybody stand back! Huh?
I will have order!
Let's light it up!
Training करती हुई भाग दे रहा है चेंज कर ले नहीं
I'm going in!
Yeah!
Inazuma shines eternal! Illusion shattered!
Solidify! Order guide you!
Let's light it up! There is no escape!
Gather!
Shine down! Everybody stand back! Let's light it up! Now ye shall perish! There is no escape!
Solidify!
Illusion shattered!
ठीक ठाक है बेकार है ठीक ठाक है काम चलाया जाता है Yes.
I will have order!
I'm going in! Let's light it up! Inazuma shines eternal! Shine down!
Stabilize! This is order!
Let's light it up! Illusion shattered! Shine down!
अरे ये कौन बैनेट मिलेगा 200 में 1 फ्री वीक ठीक करना स्टार्ट करते हैं मछली में जाना है।
Fresh fruits, sweeter than syrup. Wow, Mr. Magician! How did you know which card I picked?
Oh, it's simple. Come closer and I'll let you in on my secret. Magicians have a special skill called telepathy, which means we can read other people's minds.
Really? Then, what if—
Well, for...
Aww.
And now you're getting a little flustered. You snuck out from home.
You can tell?
Of course. Oh, and that's the end of my performance.
All right, got it. Fine.
Hey, Lyney?
Why, hello. We meet again. Are you looking for me? What's the situation?
Well, why don't you guess, Mr. Telepathic?
Oh, please.
I'm sure that child would beg to differ. Seemed like you were right on the money.
That was nothing more than a little trickery. I made an edge. That, plus the fact that he was the... You guys on the...
Wow.
Wait, really? No, his warning letter's been the talk of the town, so I figured that maybe you were asking around about that.
Bingo! I plan on writing a column reporting on the latest... So, Lyney, what are your thoughts on this infamous thief's reappearance? Angry?
You read his letter?
Huh. What are the chances? Wait a minute, you don't think he's after you, do you?
Well, if he is, then his warning is clear. And if he's not, the mere mention of... But I've been preparing for this for a long time. I'm not about to let him ruin...
Really? So what you're saying is, we might get to see a live duel between a famous magician and an infamous...
To be honest, I'm not sure if I'll emerge the victor.
You're being far too...
Thanks for the compliment, though I have to say, a lot of people liken magicians to thieves because we both have the ability to make things disappear without the person noticing. But there's an important difference that these people overlook. Allow me to demonstrate with a quick magic trick. Here, I have a flower, just an ordinary flower that was picked not long ago. Watch it carefully now. 3, 2, 1.
It's gone!
That's the question. Therein lies the difference between us. Thieves make precious things disappear, but only magicians make them reappear. If I could now invite you all to check your clothes, there might be a surprise in there somewhere.
A surprise? Let me see! It's right there! But how? You have...
What an outstanding trick! Sorry, Lyney, it seems that my previous prick...
Don't worry, I didn't take offense. I just wanted to take the opportunity. Since Caesar's death, a lot of
I can imagine. Coming back to your trick just, for example, but you
impressive knowledge. It's no wonder you're such a successful journalist. It sounds like something I should look into, though.
Well noted. Please feel free to, if there's nothing else, I'll be off. You've given me luck.
So, Lyney, are you gonna tell us how you did that flower trick now?
I'm afraid that's my little...
Aww. Well, magicians are entitled to their secret. You feel it too, right? So itchy!
Not so itchy then, huh? Well, since you're...
Magician's assistants? Oh, that sounds fun! Assistants are technically magicians too! Also, it'll bring us one step closer to figuring out how that darn trick is done! Shall we go for it?
Excellent. Thank you for putting your trust in moi. The first thing we need to look into is who Caesar really was. But if he wasn't the weasel? Well, and if we're investigating Caesar, we should make a move.
Sweeter than syrup.
Don't want to. We'll find.
There is no escape.
Go! Solidify!
Off we go.
Go! Go! Stabilize!
Let's light it up.
Water jet!
Yeah. You can.
Gather!
Teamwork is dreamwork!
Wipe out! Water jet! I will have order. Stabilize.
Let's light it up! Illusion shattered!
A reward on the road.
Stabilize. Solidified! Water jet!
Is this an answer from this world?
Water jet!
You took your time.
Sorry, I bumped into...
It's been a while, and we're working as Lyney's temporary assistants in the investigation.
Thank you. It's good to have you.
So, what's the situation?
Nope. I've been here a while, and she still has...
How bizarre. Maybe it was bad intel. Well, we won't get anywhere by standing around waiting. Excuse me, good sir. Do you by any chance know a Gemma?
Gemma? You mean Caesar's fiance? Sure I do. What's this about?
I'm just trying to get a hold of her because I need her help with something. I heard she comes here a lot.
Yeah, she does. Poor thing. It's no secret why, either. She's heartsick. Ever since Caesar passed away, she's been... I asked her what she was doing once. She said she knows he's gone.
And she's been doing this ever since Caesar passed away? Oh, so 10 years.
I'll bet. Caesar's reputation fell apart after his identity was revealed, so no one else visits his grave. I don't know if I'm honest. I think this is all... Anyway, all of the... Well, that's everything.
All right, well, thanks for...
You're welcome.
Did you hear the news? They're saying the Phantom Weasel's back.
You're kidding.
I don't know anymore. All sorts of... But what if? Just hypothetically, I mean.
Called it.
Oh, please. Weren't you the one cursing his name to...
Wait, did I say that? I don't seem to recall.
Hello there. Sorry for disturbing. We're actually quite in...
You've come to the right people. He was a great... I was right up close.
I saw him perform sometime.
Huh.
But after he died, there were, as I'm sure you know...
Whatever the case, now that the weasel is back, see, I bet Gemma must... No, speak of the devil. That's her over there. If you've got any more questions about Caesar, she's
So that's Gemma. Wait. It looks like she's injured. Come on.
Who's asking?
Don't be afraid, we mean... It looks like you're injured.
Thanks for your concern. But you didn't answer my question.
My name is Lyney, and this...
My name's Paimon, and this here's the Traveler. We're
The Weasel posted a warning letter this morning. If he still lives, that means that Caesar was... You knew Caesar better than anyone else. So if you're willing, I promise you can trust us. We won't hurt you. In fact, we'll do all we can...
I never...
Huh. I suspected as much. Okay, so going back 10 years, do you remember anything strange in the weeks...
No. Not that I know of.
Got it.
If you don't have any more questions, please leave. I want to be alone.
Judging by the look on her face, there's definitely some...
She's lying. She definitely knows something.
That's fair. In any case...
Others. No luck. pool. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 12, 5, 60, 61. Itu kan. Itu.
The campaign begins.
I can't wait any longer! Time to broaden the horizons again. I see everything! Boba, get them! The Temple of Wisdom!
I'm going in! Adventure time!
Everyone hold hands!
There is no escape! Now you shall perish! Shine down!
I see everything! At the frying pan, it's... Hey! Sharing my knowledge!
There is no escape! Teamwork is dreamwork! Torn to oblivion!
Good. Very, very good.
और क्या बात तो सही है
Nice and spicy! I see everything! Hey, stop! Make yourselves at home! Hey!
Everybody stand back! Inazuma shines eternal! Illusion shattered!
Everyone hold hands!
Let's light it up!
Boba, get them! Eat this! Hey!
Teamwork is dreamwork! Now you shall perish! Shine down!
There is no escape! I see everything! The Temple of Wisdom! I'm the frying pan!
Everybody stand back! Let's light it up!
Hey! You're toast! Everyone hold hands!
Torn to oblivion! Shine down!
I see everything! Nice and spicy! Race you!
Adventure time!
No.
Oh, wow!
चलो ठीक है how to CD every time.
Over here.
Lynette's not joining us today?
I've had her follow Still, I don't think that Gemma's likely to open up to us. Today we'll be looking into it. When Caesar passed before long, Lorenzo was the next. I had to pull a lot.
Oh, Bennett. I use Bennett. La copy. Downfall. Downfall. Okay.
You neglected to mention that you were bringing 2 other people with you.
My apologies. These.
Oh, forget the pleasantries. Just sit.
Get a load of this guy. Forget the pleasantry.
I only agreed to meet since we're both magicians. Do me.
Much obliged, sir. Yesterday morning, I have to get to the bottom of this to ensure that.
What is there to investigate? Caesar was the weasel and he's been dead.
Please, sir, no need to get so worked up. I do concede that a copycat is.
Possibility, it's a fact, Lyney. Look, my patience is limited, so listen carefully while I'm still... The weasel is dead. Period. Everyone knows that, so do yourself a favor and quit this investigation. It'll lead you nowhere.
Oh, sir, my pride as a magician is what's at stake.
Your pride?
I want to find out the Phantom...
What would that accomplish? And what are the...
Uh-oh. This is getting...
Renzo? Is that? Oh, it is you!
Another day, I'm...
Oh, come on! You can't be all business, all the...
If I wanted your life advice, I'd ask for it. Now get...
Sorry, my good sir. I don't believe I've had the...
Oh, hey! Edmondo. This is your first time meeting him? Oh, he's always like this. Foul-mouthed and hard-nosed, never... and he wonders why he can't get a girlfriend, despite being, what, pushing 40, 30-something? Anyway, point is, a lot older than when he first got rejected by the girl he was into. And is...
Shut up and get out of my face. Another word out of you and you can forget about doing business with me ever again.
Sorry, I may have...
I think it's high time I made a move as well. If you really want to investigate this, Lyney, be my guest. But if nothing good comes of it, don't say I didn't warn you.
Well, that fell to pieces in a rather spectacular fashion.
Totally. And what was all that about? He's gotta be hiding something. And not like Gemma. She was a little suspicious.
I think so too. We need to... That guy Edmondo seems to know...
Just fine. This no. Miniature, bro. Miniature. We are just here to suffer.
अच्छा भैया ऐसे ही छूता क्या है हम लोग की तरह नहीं मेरा तो स्कूल खा तो मेरा नहीं छूट गया अच्छा
You okay there?
Oh, it's you guys. Don't worry about me. I said way too much back there, didn't I? Yeah, I nearly talked myself into complete financial ruin. Note to self.
So he was.
Hey! Don't go prying into Lorenzo's personal affairs. Bad things happen to people who ask too many questions.
What kind of...
Don't even ask. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to cut this conversation short. I'm not crossing that line again. And take it from me, trouble with Lorenzo is one thing you don't need in your life. You some flare-up back there. I don't know what you said to him, but clearly it touched a nerve. That's not a good sign. You're too young for this.
And there he goes. What do we do now, Lyney?
Shh. Don't say anything and don't look back. Any altercation in the city will attract the guards. We'd better take this elsewhere. You followed us a long way. Why don't you come out and introduce...
So you're Lyney. And where's your sister? Save us the trouble and go fetch her for...
Paimon doesn't like the tone of your voice, mister! Who sent you, huh?
नहीं.
Save your questions, missy.
Looks like we can't avoid the... Now, I'm not the strongest...
Don't worry!
40, 52, 5, 57. 58, 30. 41, 66.
And voila!
There is no escape!
Curses. They're tougher than we thought.
Vision wielders are all...
Come on, let's scram!
Hurry, wise guys! We ain't through with you yet! Oh, they got away! Did you catch what? Sounds like they just wanted to rough us up as a scare tactic. And they've already got it to sound... You're right. She was injured. Maybe she was too scared to tell us the truth because...
Let's head back to the cafe and see if we can...
Gemma?
You again? What is it?
We just ran into... So, you come...
What? Why? I didn't tell you anything. Why would they come after you?
Sounds like they're no stranger.
That's putting it mildly. I know them all too. It's been 10 long years. How do I know
I'm afraid I can't reveal because you see, this is a personal matter.
Okay.
I've heard that Caesar used to have a... Do you know where it is?
The Fleuve Cendre. But the plate... I also know that the Fleuve Cendre is...
Understood. Lynette, you stay...
Got it. But if I'm staying here, I'm ordering dessert.
I mean, bon appetit. But stay sharp, too. They're likely to...
Okay. Alright. Power saving mode off. I'll start taking this more seriously now. With me here, nothing.
If Gemma gave us the right location, then the workshop should be right nearby. Looks like these boxes are blocking the entry. There we go.
Caesar's workshop. Nothing suspicious here, just normal magic props. Let's head in further. What was that? Oh, is this one of Caesar's gadgets? Guess we must have triggered some sort of device. Box is glowing. Looks like we've reached the end of this route. Shall we try a different one? These magic boxes are moving. What do we do?
One of them looks different from the rest. Let's investigate.
That's weird. Have we reached the end already? There's nothing here. Maybe this was a wasted trip.
This place seems a little too ordinary. We've triggered quite a few devices on the way here. If so, then there must be more to this place than meets the eye. Maybe, aha! If I just move this...
A secret passageway! How did you...
I'm a magician too, and it looks pretty big.
Shine down!
I see everything.
I'm going in! Let's light it up!
disappear!
There is no escape!
I see everything!
A round of applause!
Why have you stopped, Lyney? Is the...
Huh. It just looks familiar somehow. Let me check this out for a second while you guys go on. If anyone makes a major discovery,
Alright, see...
the placement of this device and...
seems like we can't step on the same tile twice. Guess we've got to finish it in one run, huh? Too advanced for Paimon. Hey! This book's thick as a brick! Let's take a peek inside it, shall we?
At one of my shows a few days ago, a child asked me how I pulled... As a joke, I told the kid that the hat has a built-in wish-granting machine. Next thing I know, today also, I told them another white lie. I wound up saving very little this month. But that's not a... Two children came to talk to me after today's show. I don't know why they were out on their own. They looked much too young to be on... Anyway, they said that they wanted me to teach them how to do magic. I told them that learning magic is very hard work. But that didn't faze them at all. It seems like something's bothering Lorenzo lately, but he won't open up to... Surely he's not upset that I agreed to teach those two children. I have a good feeling about those kids. They're naturally talented, and it seems like they're not new to They have all sorts of fantastic ideas. They wanted to call me Master, but I told them they absolutely mustn't. Any magician worth their salt could have taught them what I have. They're the geniuses here. With time, I have no doubt that they could become far greater magicians than I. My only concern is why they're so mature for their age. I fear they've had to... Gemma thinks so too. She doesn't like being around them. Says that their eyes are too piercing. They don't bother me, but then again... It's nearly time for me to go on tour. I asked the two kids if they'd like... I once overheard them talking about their father and their mission. Sounds like their parents have other plans for them. It's only been 10 days since They're very tough, but also very cautious. And they trust no one but each other. This, I fear, is they hide things from me too. For example, when I ask... That's the thing about children. Whenever they're trying to cover... I can sense that their lives have been hard. Possibly even after thinking things over. I decided to... P.S. I hope they won't find my nagging annoying. Children are so opinionated now at P.P.S. Maybe I'm overthinking this. Children aren't interested... Oh, Caesar, Caesar.
Two magic geniuses with a father and a mission, huh? Sounds a lot like he was writing about Lyney and Lynette, don't you think?
Yes.
So did they meet Caesar when they were kids? Let's...
Shh, hold that thought. As I expected, there's a lot of fishy things going on.
Fishy? Uh-oh, what if...
All in good time. First, the magician slots themselves into a magic box in full... At this point, a dummy will fall out of the box, but it looks real enough to grab the audience's... Meanwhile, the real magician, who has by now blended into the crowd, waits for a good moment to make their appearance and put on a hysterical performance. Oh no! Is that me? Did I just fall to my death?
Very vivid description.
The audience's gaze then turns to the magician, and by the time they realize what's happened, the dummy has vanished, as if everything that just happened was some sort of shared illusion. Of course, that's just how I think the process should work, theoretically speaking. The inventor of this trick never performed it successfully. When the box opened, Caesar was the one who fell out, and not the dummy. He fell right to the ground from the highest point of the opera house. No one could hope to survive that fall, not without a vision at least. And no one else has ever attempted this trick since.
So Caesar's famous high-altitude escape has never... I was about to say, wait a second. So if a dummy's supposed to drop out of the box, then where does the real magician go?
Glad you asked. That brings... This box right here is the one that Caesar constructed himself to use in the performance. And it's not as simple as it looks. Once the magician's inside, and the box is lifted up into the air, the audience's view of the box is from where they're standing. At this point, he then escapes through this trapdoor onto the opera house roof, waits for the dummy to fall and distract the audience, and quietly
That's way simpler than Paimon imagined.
Well, there's a little more to it than that, of course. There's the falling dummy, the miraculous reappearance, the pompous performing. Many days and nights of careful research and painstaking practice would have gone... Caesar was a
So,
I can make a pretty good guess. I looked into the case files. The magic box Caesar was using at the time of his death had the secret button I mentioned positioned on...
Okay.
But here's the strange thing. Most of the devices in this workshop have the mechanism on the left-hand side, including this box right here. Which leads me to believe that Caesar, because a magician can't afford to have their most basic habits stand out too much. People naturally focus their attention on the most important details of the task or situation. But a magician, the essence of magic is getting people to believe a lie. If even the truth raises, and so, but in his most stressful and nerve-wracking moments, and when no one was watching, exactly, I think that's likely what happened. Caesar would have been under a lot of time pressure during the escape. He'd have had mere seconds to open the hidden compartment, retrieve the dummy, then but I'm sure he was confident. So he opened the compartment, took out the dummy, checked everything was in order, and then went to leave. With much like when you reach for your keys but find your pocket empty, his mind needed a moment to process what was... Instinctively, his left hand would keep feeling around for the missing button, maybe for another second or two, until the bottom of the box gave way. With the stakes being as high as they were, just a
But in reality, someone switched the boxes, and they did it to murder him. But how would they be able to...
It would have to have been someone who knew that he was left-handed, and who could... Isn't that right?
You just couldn't let sleeping dogs lie. There's not a lot of people who'd go to all this, but I gave you your chance. I hoped you...
You mean Gemma? So you are the one who's been threatening her!
Yes, although, however, which is why you can't leave the...
Do you?
Come here.
Make yourselves at home!
Teamwork is dreamwork! Illusion shattered!
And voila!
Inazuma shines eternal! Shine down! I'm going in!
Committed to memory!
Here comes the finale! Had enough yet, Lorenzo? I think it's high time you started talking. And what I'd really like to know...
If I had a Mora for every time you've said that man's... He was just an amateur who did cheap tricks for gullible children. I was the one who made magic into the fine art it is today. The aristocrats doffed...
So it was...
Jealousy. Hatred, more like. He poured everything into his street performance, but the people loved him, didn't they? Oh, how they looked up to him. No one gave me a second look. All I ever heard was, oh, amazing. Yeah, so amazing that he was completely broke. Every other apprentice was living it up at their master's expense, but no, not me. I put in all the work, mastered all the skills, and it brought me nothing more than the life I already had. He forbade me from using magic to trick people out of their Mora. There was and with his reputation in Fontaine, it was too risky for me to go it alone. As long as he was alive, if I dabbled in my own, I had to kill him.
And this was...
It was reason enough. What other motive would I...
Well, I was under the impression that there might have been other factors.
In love with Gemma. Don't be ridiculous.
Guess I was wrong about that then.
I am. Caesar was so strict with me. I never bought into any of that. I was more interested in the practical value of magic.
Oh, yeah! Charlotte told...
That's just how it looked from the outside. I stole cheap things.
So, that's the story, huh?
What choice do I... So be it.
Very well. Traveler, Paimon, keep an eye on Lorenzo for me. I'll meet...
least I can find...
Lyney has told me the whole story. Lorenzo, do you confess to the murder of Caesar?
Look who's fine. What kind of disciple murders their own master? I hope it was worth it.
Looks like it's all over. What should we do next, Lyney? Should we start preparing?
Let's rendezvous with Lynette and Gemma first.
Good point. We should...
About to kill.
Ah, you're back. You were so quick. I've only just...
You're third? Lynette, come on, we've talked about this. Everything in moderation. You're not gonna have any room left for...
It's fine. I'll shift to exercise mode and jog off the excess sugar.
That's besides the point. Well, it's...
Point taken.
Did everything go okay?
Of course! Lorenzo was no match for us. The guards are taking him...
Gosh, that's amazing. I had my suspicions about Lorenzo, but I...
It's okay, we understand. He did threaten you, but you don't need to be scared anymore.
Sorry. I always wanted to report Lorenzo. I was so afraid. Thank you all.
Thank you all for clearing Caesar's name. I never would have guessed that Lorenzo was the real Phantom Weasel. He never showed any signs that there were problems between him and Caesar in public. And to think that lowlife's been living life to the fullest all this time, while Caesar's name was getting dragged through the mud. It's a travesty. At least his soul can finally rest in peace now, thanks to your efforts.
If only I'd realized...
Don't blame yourself, Gemma.
Yeah, you still have the rest.
Cheer up, Gemma. My brother's doing a magic show at the Opera House tomorrow. This show will be a special...
In Caesar's honor.
Great. We'll see you tomorrow evening.
Don't worry, we'll be there. No way are we gonna miss out on a free... Wait. Paimon feels like we're forgetting something.
Yes.
Oh yeah, Caesar's diary! We never found out if the two kids Caesar taught magic to were Lyney and Lynette or not. Lyney changed the topic back in the workshop, so we didn't get a chance to bring it up. Oh well. Guess we'll just have to ask Lyney tomorrow evening.
I've spoken many... I'm so ashamed of my...
I can't believe Lorenzo was intimidating Gemma all this time. He comes around here sometimes. Not... She must have known. But she...
It may take some time, but Caesar's reputation looks like Gemma chose a good man after.
The world remains constant over the centuries, but human life is like the...
अरे बड़ो भाई
a dawn, or a bubble rising through water. Transitory.
Changed one bit.
Right.
Here I am, as we... I wonder what kind of show Lyney has prepared for... Oh, and how could I forget? Thank you both for capturing Lorenzo. Now that this decade...
Excited to see another of Lyney's magic shows!
Not this time. My brother's going solo today, so I'll be watching with you.
Good evening, ladies, and the great magician Lyney has prepared a spectacular show for...
Wow!
Thank you all so much for...
Exciting stuff.
Yes, it's just... It...
No wonder. Caesar, so... How did you two first meet?
Well, I was out on the street and children love magic, and somehow...
Aww.
It was...
Oh, that's...
Is that right? After all, you never know when the people dearest to you might be gone.
That's right. Paimon doesn't really know how to...
Right. Yes, you can breathe easy.
See? Even all the Phantom Weasel Lorenzo escaped? Where is he?
What do you mean,
As Lyney once said, a performer's job is to commit fully to their role and put on a but once the bag of tricks is empty and the curtain... It's been 10 years, Gemma. Aren't you tired of the grieving widow act? I think it's time to...
What are you talking about? Traveler, Paimon doesn't like where this is going.
Ladies and gentlemen, I hope there will now be a brief intermission, after which Lyney will perform the most electrifying act of tonight's... The final performance will take place outside of the Opera House, so please make your way out...
The Phantom Weasel never did like public places, did they? Don't worry, this place will be quiet soon. Let's...
Dear me, this is awkward, isn't it? And unfortunately, I'm all out of gadgets, so I'm afraid I can't do any tricks to life. This is a big mistake for a magician to make. But thankfully, I do have a backup plan.
Lyney? Don't we have more important things to address? Lynette accused Gemma of being the real Phantom Weasel a moment ago. Oh, what the heck's going on?
All in good time. Magicians are good at guessing what people are thinking. I know the question.
Really? Well then, let's hear it. Paimon's...
Let's go back to the very beginning. A decade ago, when the Phantom Weasel was terrorizing the court of Fontaine. She never missed a target, never left a trace, and no treasure was safe from her thieving hand. But as her infamy grew, so did the readiness of the police, and her opportunities to act became ever fewer. Every day, she ran the risk of being exposed for who she was. Of course, she could not simply take this lying down, and before long, she found her ticket to freedom. She would create a scapegoat, a false weasel to close the chapter on her behalf. After weighing her options, she set her sights on a renowned magician, Caesar. After all, magic and theft shared enough similarities for people to buy the story when the truth...
So being the master deceiver she was, the weasel easily earned Caesar's trust. Now all that remained was to frame him for her countless crimes. But as she was considering how to make her move, she noticed Caesar's aggrieved pupil. At her encouragement, Lorenzo tampered with Caesar's magic box, causing him to fall to his... Afterwards, Lorenzo seized his master's property, and the weasel set about tarnishing Caesar's reputation. Two co-conspirators committed the perfect crime.
I've got to hand it to you. You're both exceptional storytellers. It's enough to make even me wonder whether there was really another mastermind behind all this. But I just have one question. You seem to think that I am the villain in this tale. What's brought this on?
Don't worry, Lorenzo said nothing at all. But I never believed that he was the weasel, and in fact, my investigation only made me more certain of that. He was too forthcoming with his confession, as if there was something else he was trying to hide.
How disappointing. So you'd sooner trust Lorenzo than me? Even without a shred of evidence?
A magician is an expert at playing the audience to get the result they want. And I have no doubt that you, Gemma, are equally talented in this regard. With a little help from Lorenzo, you put on a very convincing performance. The lovesick fiancé, whose devotion to her betrothed is unshakable. Caesar was maligned and hated by all for 10 years, but you? Who would suspect for 1 second that the lovely young lady always seen weeping in front of Caesar's grave was actually the mastermind behind his demise? No, not that.
Wait, so you mean the whole... But why would Lorenzo agree to that? And why didn't he sell her out, even at the end, instead of admitting to being the weasel?
Yes, why indeed? Maybe Gemma herself could enlighten us on that question.
Well, Lyney, if you're so confident in your version of event, having killed Caesar with his own hands, Lorenzo was plagued by overwhelming guilt. Revealing the Phantom Weasel's true identity would serve no purpose. But if the Weasel remained free, then she could take care of Lorenzo.
An excellent answer. Though...
Is that right? Well, don't let me bore you. If you'd care to change the topic to something more interesting...
As a matter of fact, there's one thing I'd really... Why would the real Weasel have targeted things that only have value to other people? Could...
Of course. After all, we're just telling stories here. If I had to guess, I would say that the real Weasel must have had a left to fend for herself after her parents died young. Betrayed, she'd scrounge waste paper. This was her only once again. This was a fate too cruel for anyone to bear. I detest the happiness of I will rob them of everything they hold to be.
That's some pretty...
Now does this story satisfy?
Yes, it is quite to my tastes. Thank you for helping to clear up my confusion.
Huh. That's because without that, none of this would have...
She didn't write the letter.
After 10 long years, I'd hoped that the Phantom Weasel would be consigned to the history books by now. But it seems like someone still wasn't ready to let her finally be at peace. Lyney. Or should I call you the Phantom Copycat now? You were the one who posted...
Very sharp, Phantom Weasel. Still as shrewd as ever. Well, no need for me to be coy about it. Our goal was to clear Caesar's name. The most straightforward way to change the public's impression of Caesar was to force the Weasel to show themselves.
That's it?
Of course we did. We made it quite clear in the letter, I believe. I shall take from you that which you hold most dear, just as you did to me 10 years ago.
10 years ago? You mean Caesar's death? You met him? Wait. Oh, I get it. You were those two he taught you magic back then, didn't he? For what?
We remember all our debts, however great or 10 years ago. Caesar's reputation was torn to shreds, and his legacy was thrown out. 10 years on, and no one but we did not forget. And
what exactly did you take from me? I'm still
free? Caesar once told me, I think that applies. Life took many things from you, and those wounds never healed.
What are you trying to say?
I'm saying that for the last 10 years, you've been living a rather uneventful life. Back to Lorenzo. He knew who you were and the things you'd done, and despite that, he was willing to give everything up for your sake. He's the reason that you haven't felt the compulsion to steal in all these years. You're more than just accomplices in murder. You're the only real friends each other has. So I think you know deep, but that truth is gone now. And I guarantee you, you'll never see.
Congratulations on your freedom, Gemma.
Your freedom will cost you dearly. From now on, you'll be all alone in a world full of lies and falsehoods.
Gather round, one and all. The time has now come for the amazing... I'm sure you're all...
A high-altitude escape?
I'm sure you all remember the magician Caesar. This was the very trick that led to his... But we have now learned that Caesar was wrongly accused, and that the real Weasel has now...
Guess that's my cue to leave. Traveler, Paimon, I hope you enjoy the rest of the show. There may be a lot of people watching tonight, but you alone are my true witnesses.
Lyney, wait. You two hid a lot from Caesar. He went to his grave without ever knowing your secrets. So what about now? Are you an open book? Or are you still the same as ever? You don't have to tell lies to end up isolated and alone. One day, you'll end up exactly where I am today.
You're wrong. I'm nothing like you.
So,
Like Lyney said, when you're ready, let's head outside and watch the show.
But what about Gemma?
She'll figure out what's best for her soon enough. Oh, and if you'd like to see Lyney after the show, you know where he'll be. The usual haunt.
All right. Well, let's go and watch Lyney's...
Sometimes I think I'm like a gambling addict. All I care about is winning. And it doesn't matter what's at stake.
Magic should be mysterious, surprising, and defy logic. Magic is hard work. Every single movement has to be practiced thousands of times.
It's alright. We're used to that.
We're sorry. You've taught us so much, but we can't tell you the whole truth.
It's okay. Do you still remember what I told you? This world is full of lies and falsehoods. I only hope that one day, you can find your own truth.
What about you? Have you found your truth?
Magic is my truth. I want to perform a magic trick so great that people will always think of me when they talk about it. For a magician, what greater honor could there be?
Look! Behold! Lyney is sealed inside the box. Will he manage to escape? 10 years ago, Caesar attempted this very trick, and it was at this precise moment that...
Lyney! Watch out!
Mysterious. Surprising. And logic-defying. Isn't that right? This honor belongs to you, Caesar. I'm just sorry it's a little late.
Did you see that? 1 minute he was falling, and the next...
How could he possibly...
How mysterious. I didn't blink once. He just vanished.
What a heart-stopping magic show! Caesar's name has finally been cleared, and Fontaine's new star magician Lyney has fulfilled a wish on his behalf. Oh, I couldn't ask for a better grand finale. It will make a great headline for the Steambird tomorrow, even if I do say so myself.
Whew. Looks like everyone really loved Lyney's grand finale. Paimon doesn't see Lyney anywhere. Where'd he go? Oh, Lynette said he'd be waiting for us at the usual hunt. But, where is that? Oh, you mean the one where Caesar's buried? Yeah, that's probably it. This whole magic show kinda seemed like Lyney's way of saying goodbye. Alright, let's go look for him there. Are you alright? Paimon was scared to death when the chain broke. Paimon was sure something had gone horribly wrong.
Magic is a performance art. A magician has to get creative to keep the I was honestly a little nervous during the live performance. The thought of falling... Sometimes, did he regret taking Gemma and
You know...
After I joined the House of the Hearth, I told you about my past before, but I quickly realized I needed to learn how to improve my sleight of hand, hone my misdirection skills, and make niftier props. We were gifted enough that—
So that's why you sought Caesar out?
Yes. We figured there was no harm in asking, but it took us by surprise that he was so willing to teach us. In all, we only spent 10 short days together, but he was very good to us. By contrast, for instance, when he asked why I wanted to learn magic, I answered, "It's my passion." But in truth, there was already a lot more to the story by then. After being taken in by an aristocrat for our magic talent, then betrayed soon after, this was no longer about me doing what I love. What amazed me was how the lie escaped my lips even as I was hesitating over whether to tell him that trust is a beautiful thing.
Lyney.
Still worried about the way I feel? But don't worry, I'm used to it now. From the mansions of the elite to the house of the hearth, lies and selfishness have followed me and Lynette everywhere we go. After Caesar went on tour, we became busy with our missions. The next we heard of him was that night, to keep secrets is to put up walls. You only realize how much someone really meant to you when you lose them completely. That's why I was so confident this would hurt Gemma. Because I felt it for myself.
Yeah, we've had to say our fair share of delicious food, fun you know, Traveler, doesn't that kinda make you Paimon's truth?
Exactly. It's the same for me and Lynette. Life has taken plenty from us like it did from Gemma. But at least that's why the darkness never consumed me and why it never will. All right, time to lighten this conversation up a little.
It was amazing,
Whoa, that's a bit of a tall order, I'm afraid. The show's just finished, so my sleeves are decidedly card-free right now.
Aw, come on!
Oh, all right, watch closely. I have a flower in my hand.
You liar! There's nothing in your hand!
Huh? My goodness, you're right. But I could have sworn I brought one here with me. Okay, try this. Count down with me. 3, 2, 1.
3, 2, 1.
Now, have another look around. Maybe the flowers appeared somewhere else.
Really? Let's see. Wow, there it is! Oh, this is a different flower from the last time, but more importantly, Paimon has to know—
Well, if you want to learn magic, you'll have to start by addressing me as teacher.
Fine.
Since you asked so nicely—
Is that it?
Look at the time. We shouldn't linger here too long. Thanks again for coming to see my show. I look forward to seeing you again.
All right. Shall we head back down too? Oh, Paimon can't wait to read the Steambird tomorrow. Paimon bets Lyney. Let's head to the Steambird's offices tomorrow morning and see what we can—
Inactivity serves no purpose whatsoever.
I'm very sorry, Charlotte, but my sister and I are quite busy today. I'm afraid we'll have to decline this interview.
Oh, please, Lyney, I'll only take a moment of your time.
Huh? What's happening here?
I spent all night writing my piece about the Phantom Weasel, but just as dawn broke, I suddenly received news that Caesar's fiancée, Gemma, had contacted the guards and confessed to having been the real Phantom Weasel. Oh,
that was quick.
Too late, bro.
That was quick, you say? It sounds like I've got some catching up to do. Aha! My instincts did not lead me astray. You do have something to hide. Gemma turning herself in must have something to do with...
Maybe watching my high-altitude escape trick reminded her of a better time with Caesar, and she could no longer ignore the voice...
Huh. Okay, then. Wait, no, there must be more to it. If that's all it took for her to have a... Oh, I remember now! You and Gemma were nowhere to be found after the show. Quickfire question! Where did you all...
Oh, we went to the cemetery and Lyney did a private magic trick. Actually, glad you mentioned it. Because that reminds Paimon, guess what? Lyney started using rainbow roses in his tricks.
What? I don't recall ever having received a rainbow rose from you myself. Is this supposed to mean that they're more important to you than your own sister?
No,
What now? Oh, this is...
Seems like this interview wasn't meant to be. Forgive my persistence, but when there's explosive news waiting to be found, I can't turn away. The news about Gemma has already made waves, and I'll stop at nothing to get to the bottom of it all. Apparently, one of the things she said to the guards was that her final wish is to see Lorenzo one last time. There's clearly a web of complicated relationships there. All right, I guess I'll leave you to continue the rest of your conversation in peace.
Lynette? Paimon didn't mean to...
Don't worry, I wasn't angry.
Oh, really? Oh, thank goodness. You scared Paimon there.
Phew. You and me both, Paimon.
Please, take good care of that rainbow rose. I'd be really upset if you lost it.
I've never seen
It should be fine. I'm sure it'll get resolved.
I've never seen anything like. I simply could not believe it.
It should be fine. I'm sure it'll get resolved.
I've never seen anything like. I simply could not believe it.
It should be fine. I'm sure it'll get resolved.